Forget about Planet 10. How about Planet 110? Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. According to an article on Johns Hopkins University in the Hub, you can read about Kirby Runyon and the scientist that wants to make one thing very clear. Regardless of what one prestigious scientific organization says to the contrary, Pluto is a planet, so is Europa, commonly known as a moon for Jupiter, and the Earth's moon, and more than 100 other celestial bodies in our solar system that are denied the status under a prevailing definition of planet. The new geophysical definition would expand the number of planets from 8 to approximately 110. Now, this is according to an article that you can read in the Hub. It's jhu.edu. Just go check it out. It's called Scientists Make the Case to Restore Pluto's Planet Status. And this is some very good information about what actually makes a planet, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we all know about Mercury. We all know about Venus, Mars, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Earth, etc. But what about all the moons that orbit Saturn that are enormous, and the moons that hang out with Jupiter? There's so many incredible bodies in our solar system that I find it interesting they only label 8 of them as planets. Now, if you go back to the metaphysical aspect or the astro shamanism / astrology, I wonder why they take these specific bodies and link them to different vibrational frequencies that will basically create the personality of the individual or have a very big impact on the personality of the individual. I think that's really what astrology is just old school information and knowledge where you take somebody being born at a specific time, and because where the planets are lined up and the different stars, that has a large impact on the physical makeup and the mental and metaphysical makeup of people. But that's just a side note. I'm digressing here. So let me share with you some of these different objects by size. And while I'm doing this, I want to talk to you guys about what actually makes a planet a planet. Now, you can get this really cool article here on Wikipedia that shows just a plethora of different moons, different planets. You can see the different sizes and spectrums. So if you're looking at the size of the Earth, go over to the left of this graph, and you'll see that it's smaller than Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, and obviously the Sun. But then if you compare it to these other heavenly bodies, let's just call them, in our solar system, you're going to see that there's quite a bit of mass there. And these are some large objects. This is just more comparisons, pie charts of the different sizes and comparisons. Now, the neat thing is I've got a solar filter for my telescope, and you guys, as soon as I get a camera that works properly, I will share this footage with you. I want to really bad. I would like to do at least a few nights a week, go out and show you guys what the different planets look like, and also I could do get direct footage of the sun as well with the solar filter that I have. I can pick up images like this of Jupiter with the telescope that I've got, and also the moons that hang out with it. This is just giving you a different perspective, you guys, of why is it there's so much debate about Planet 10, about Planet X, when clearly there, and this is inside the Kuiper Belt, they've found hundreds of planets outside of the Kuiper Belt, and these all have an effect on our sun, on our planets, on our Earth. You know, let's go back to Mars here for a second. If you look at Mars and you can see the blue around it, you can see the atmosphere, the ozone. What do you guys think happened to Mars to make it so desert-like? So Mad Max-like? And then you look at some of these other moons that orbit Jupiter and Saturn, and they look like they could have more life than even our own Earth. How about Europa, which is mainly water underneath ice? Think of the incredible beings and entities and mermaids and mermans and everything that could be down there. These are some really nice images showing the different moons. Here's Jupiter's ice-covered satellite Europa. There's a lot of speculation of how much life is actually blossoming in the oceans out there. Here's Pluto. Look at all the ice on that planet. What's underneath the ice? Here's Iapetus. This is one of the most incredible anomalies around Saturn, in my opinion. There's images of Iapetus that make it look identical to the Death Star, even the same blast sites that are in Empire Strikes Back. It's all just a big conspiracy. So, I just wanted to bring this to your attention, ladies and gentlemen. I thought this was pretty cool. Now, let me explain to you, according to this article on Johns Hopkins University's website, the definition approved by the International Astronomical Union in 2006 demoted Pluto to non-planet status, thus dropping the number of planets from 9 to 8. The change, a subject of much scientific debate, made no sense, says Runyon, the lead author of a short paper making the pro-Pluto argument that will be presented next week at a scientific conference in Texas. Hey, maybe I can get out to that. Bingo! Now, icy rocky Pluto had been the smallest of the 9 planets, its diameter under 3/4 of the moon, and nearly 1/5 of the Earth. Still, says Runyon, who is finishing his doctorate this spring in the Krieger School of Arts and Sciences, Department of Earth and Planetary Sciences, I would say that classifies this guy as an expert or somebody that's working to be an expert. Pluto has everything going on its surface that you associate with the planet. There's nothing non-planet about it. Runyon, whose doctoral dissertation focuses on changing landscapes of the moon and Mars, led a group of 6 authors from 5 institutions in drafting the definition and its justification that will be presented at the Lunar and Planetary Science Conference. The poster will be on view for a full day, March 21st, at the conference sponsored by Lunar and Planetary Institute, and Runyon will be on hand for at least 3 hours to answer questions about it. The other authors are S. Alan Stern and Kelsey Singer of the Southwestern Research Institute in Boulder, Colorado, Todd Lauer of the National Optical Astronomy Observatory in Tucson, Arizona, Will Grundy of the Lowell Observatory in Flagstaff, Arizona, and Michael Summers of George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia. Well, this is really cool, you guys. Exciting times indeed. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen here on the horizon, if there's going to be any new discoveries. And won't it be fascinating when we can actually get access to the technology that will take us to different planets, different moons, so we can explore space just like we do the planet here at home. I think that is the next industry of revolution, is space travel. It's going to be like the internet was and is. It's going to be a whole new way of life. And hey, maybe it's because I'm a fan of Star Trek. Maybe it's me being a fan of Star Wars. Maybe it's me being a futurist and optimistic about things. You know, the Earth's pretty small, you guys. We've got over 7 billion people here right now. Instead of worrying about culling the herd, why don't we think about ways to create these incredible spaceships and travel the stars, explore the cosmos, do what we're supposed to do? Travelers, adventurers, seekers of truth, wisdom, knowledge, experiences. Life is an experience. Let's enjoy it. Let's embrace it. Also, I want to let you guys know, I just got over some really fun nanogoblins. The things lasted about a week. I feel awesome. And I've talked to multiple people that said, Rex, you need to get antibiotics. I've talked to people that said they had it for months and still have it. This like respiratory issue type deal. I'm being sarcastic about the nanogoblins, or am I? I've just been taking a lot of vitamins and supplements, and I've been taking niacin, and I feel awesome. Check out getthetea.com, and they've got a bounty of really good supplements there. They're designed to work. So getthetea.com. As far as antibiotics go, I do my best to stay away from antibiotics as much as possible. I know there's people out there that swear by them, and in certain circumstances, they can be very beneficial. Sometimes people need antibiotics. Now, with that said, I'm sure there's a multitude of other products out there that work just as good, if not better than antibiotics, but the question is, how easily accessible is that to you and to you to that? Now, there's this product called Manuka Honey, which is awesome. Like if you have, let's say you have stomach problems like an ulcer, or you have a certain cut or certain infections and you want to stay away from antibiotics, there's certain antibiotics, actually, it's like antibiotics, antiseptic or something like that, that's in specific Manuka honey. So, and I'm just digressing again here. I'm just throwing out some ideas for things that might be used instead of antibiotics. But anyway, I just want to let you guys know, if you pump up the vitamins, if you eat healthy, and if you take the right supplements, hopefully you won't have to worry about antibiotics, or if you get a cold or the flu or something like that, or some type of a bug, just pump up on your eat better, obviously eat better, and take more vitamins. And if you can, stay away from the synthetic vitamins, because synthetic vitamins do not digest as well in the body. And anyway, that's my 2 cents. I hope you have a beautiful day. Question everything. Be the change you want to see. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already, youtube.com/clandestine time lord. And before I forget, I want to let you guys know what the radiation levels are today. And let me turn on my Geiger counter here. This will take me just 1 second. No. It's a nice day out here today in San Antonio. Good weather, blue skies, not a whole lot of stratosphere aerosol injections out there. And we are at, well, this thing's showing levels kind of high right now. It's showing the levels are at 0.21. I'll bet you this will go down here in a second. Huh. No, 0.21 microsieverts per hour. That's definitely a lot higher than normal, but this thing was lower today earlier too. It was down to 0.08. So it's been fluctuating quite a bit. Yep, see, there you go. 0.16. So not too bad. Certainly something to be aware of. And just so you guys know, I do have a link that if you want to post the radiation readings where you're at, if you have a Geiger counter or some way to test the levels, you can do it. It's absolutely free. Just sign up and register on there so you can log on at any time, put the readings down. And thanks again to Greg for doing that. And we're hovering right around. There you go. See, 0.14 microsieverts per hour. That's better than 0.25. Beautiful day, everybody. Take care.